Hello guys, it's Marlo Diana with Fast Fit Foods, and today on Fast Fit Foods I can't wait to tell you we're going to make boneless skinless breast with corn fritters. What are corn fritters? I'll tell you. It's just like potato pancakes without all that grease. Like, you know how you go to a picnic and you love those potato pancakes and you're like, oh, I wish they weren't that greasy? Well, guess what? Now you can do it at home for your kids, have the protein, and make them with corn. You actually can make them with potatoes, but today we're going to do it with corn and actually some beautiful carrots. So let's get started. What I'm using here is a boneless skinless breast, and I washed my hands very good. Make sure you wash your hands before you touch any food and before you eat. Cut this fat off. This is a boneless skinless breast, but still it comes with some fat. Cut that off and you give this to your dog or your cat, or just make sure you dispose of it in the right proper way. And there's fat along the side. Get the scissors and just cut that off and watch your fingers. And this helps so much because this is really bad fat. You don't want that. And there's a fat vein that runs through the breast. Cut that out as well. I always cut that out of that. And the same thing when it comes to the beef. When you eat beef, you know, beef actually gets a bum rap because of the fat. So cut the fat away. See this piece? Cut it out. And when you get to that stage, you're going to cut it, fillet it like this. Just right down the middle. You could use a scissors or a knife at this point. And you're just going to fillet it. Here's the other one. I cleaned this earlier. And you can cook it just like this. However, we're just going to cut strips like this. Nice little strips. Anyway, however you'd like it. If you want them smaller, you can make them a little smaller, but not too smaller. But make sure they're all basically the same size, because so they can cook. Now you're just going to put them right here. This is a fast, easy way, because you know what? You would end up buying these in the store processed in the frozen food, filled with sodium and all preservatives. Why do you think they're in those freezers that long? Okay. Now, this is just, you could use any ingredients. I prefer to use pepper, garlic powder, and this is paprika, but it's not hot. It just gives a little color. And you can just put a little bit on there. And if you don't like that, you don't have to. However, I like it. This is a salt-free parsley patch, it's called. It's all pepper, onion, bits of everything except for salt. That's very good. Check it out. This is some fresh mint from my garden, actually. See, mint. We're going to use that. Let me wash my hands though, because I don't want to be, I did touch the chicken, and I don't want to be touching everything. And I preheated my pans already. They're on low. I'm just going to put them up halfway, on about 3. So, we have this right here. We're going to have to do something with that now. What are we going to do with it? I'll tell you. This is a Jiffy corn muffin mix. You can get the low sodium, however we're just using regular today. And you'll say, oh, that's not low fat. Well, actually it is, because you're making it. If you went to buy this or order it somewhere, you don't know what they're putting in it. So you make it yourself. You can still have a healthy treat and work out. We're going to work out today. Talking about working out, we're going to do some side laterals. I'm going to show you. This for our deltoids, our biceps, and we're not even going to use weight today. I'm going to show you. If you don't have the weight, don't hesitate. You can still get the workout in. What you're going to do with this is lightly just sprinkle this over your chicken. That's all. Just a little bit. I'm going to mix it around. And you could put actually an egg in here if you wanted to. You could. However, what I'm going to use is a little bit of olive oil. Just a capful. Not even. Just to get everything to stick nice. Also, you could use lemon or lime or lemon juice. We're going to use a little lime today. Roll your lime or your lemon. Why do you roll it? To break the enzymes. Then get a sharp knife. You're just going to cut it. And what this does is it'll soften your chicken and just give it a nice lime taste. Same thing with steak or fish. Beautiful. Plus there's a lot of vitamin C in lime. And what you're going to do here is you're just going to mix it. I'm going to have to wash my hands again because I'm handling this. And it's lightly like breaded with that, with the corn mix. And you never heard of that? It's going to taste great. However, there's no salt in here, but if you do like a little salt, use sea salt, but put it on after. You don't have to kill it with salt beforehand. People always do that, and that's wrong. See, it's fun too. You could actually, your whole family can get involved making this, and it's not a big process. You don't see a big mess, do you? And also, you'll keep your stomach nice and lean, because this is a low-fat, low-sodium meal, and it's fun. The kids will love it. So let's keep going. We're going to use the corn mix here. We're just going to pour it right in here. That's all. You can pull the whole box in. Well, we're not going to use the whole box. Should we use the whole box? Yeah, let's use the whole box. If you want to, we're going to do it. We're going to put the whole box right in there now. And actually, if you wanted to make maybe like, say, not corn, you wanted like something sweeter, you can use a drop of lemon in there with a little brown sugar, and it'll come out actually pretty sweet. And it's better than like going to like the market and buying something, because it might be faster, but you don't know what's in there actually. You really don't know who made it and what's the exact ingredients. Here, you'll be proud of what you make. So what I want you to do is you can use one of these sifters. You could sift it, or you could just use a fork if you have a fork. So what I'm going to use is this. Just break it up a little bit before you add anything. That's all. Break it up. It's not too hard. And if you mess up, try again. Now, what else are we going to put in here? Corn fritters, cream corn style. I'm going to use a can. You could use real corn. However, this is actually not too much in sodium. Well, you can go to a low sodium can, and it's a little treat. And remember, you could treat yourself. And you don't want this too watery, so add it sparingly. See, you could treat yourself to little goodies, because if you have children, you can't like just say, oh, I'm just going to eat super strict, because you got to have a few enjoying treats. And this is an enjoying treat here. See how it's getting really thick now? And another thing, if you want to add more protein in your diet, you could put some vanilla protein in there, and it'll actually just boost the protein. I'm going to actually put a little water in here. Just a little bit now. You want to make it like a consistency of like a pancake batter. And you just keep mixing it. Okay, we're going to put a little more. And you can add an egg for protein. Do you want an egg in there? We're going to put an egg in if you want. And if you just wanted to eat these alone, actually it's good carbohydrates, high in fiber, very high, low in sodium because you made it. And you could add an egg. One egg has 6 grams of protein. If you take the egg yolk out, you're taking about 1.5 grams of protein out of it, and you're taking about 5 grams of fat. However, the yolk gets a bum rap as well. You need some yolk in your diet. It's actually good. If you're exercising and walking and all that good stuff, well, guess what? You could afford to eat a few yolks. And now this here, you want to get all the lumps out, just mix it. I think it's pretty good. Let's see. Well, it could be a little wetter, but we're going to put an egg in there to make it, to loosen things up here. And an egg, you don't really have to put an egg, but we're going to put one anyway. Because I love eggs. And I just want to put in a little protein, extra protein in the diet is very good. We need a garbage bowl. We'll put that in here for now. And this is fun. You know, like you say, oh, what am I going to do tonight? Well, cook, exercise. Why not? This isn't hard. This is a little workout here. It's good for your forearms. See my forearms in motion? And if you might laugh, say, oh, that's simple. Well, here, try it. It works. Save money. Have a good body. Save your body. Be on the planet a little longer. Start now. Simple. Everything's hard if you don't try it. No, that's beautiful. See, look, we didn't even need the water. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright, right in the sink with this now, because there's an egg in there. Now, how are we doing this? Are we going to deep fry it? We are going to use a little olive oil, but we're not going to get crazy. People would pour this in there. They probably put a quart and just deep fry it. We're not going to do that. We're just going to put it like this. 1, 2 capfuls. That's it. And see how this is smoking? That's way too high. I'm just going to put this all the way on low. Okay? However, this is a great vegetarian meal. You could use a spray. Now, if you don't like the spray, you could use the pump. Olive oil pump. It's just a pump. You pump it with air. Put the olive oil in and you pump it with air. It's just like this. This is super low fat using the spray. Okay. You see carrots here. Carrots are great as well. I'm just gonna, oh, that's alright. Carrots are great as well because great in vitamin C, there's a lot of antioxidants, and they have a nice color. So, what we're going to do is, I'm just going to use this pizza tray for actually, just to show you. Okay, just going to cut the tips off. And you could skin it if you want, but I'm not even going to skin it. Okay? This is what you're going to do. Get your cheese grinder, or grater, or whatever you want to call it, and you just add it in a little bit. You could use that side. You could actually make it really small, but then you're going to have to scrape it off. Or just a medium size is good as well. Just for a little color. And you don't need much, unless you like a lot of it. But I like the big pieces, so. And that's all you put in, a few pieces, that's it. Okay? See? Now, what we're going to do is, we could use this one now since I have it here. Then you could use a fork, as long as you get a consistency. This is going to be great. Okay, this goes right in the sink now. Now you could use a regular spoon we're going to go with. Do you think we should use a regular spoon? Sure, because you know what it is? You might be in your apartment and that's all you have is a regular spoon. So you're going to say, I can't do this because I don't have, that's what's, like, cooking shows are great, but I like to keep it real and use what you have around you. You can make this, run right downstairs in the market and grab this really quick and make it in like an hour and exercise. It's not going to take you a whole hour to make it, but to run down there and put everything together, in 1 hour you could sit down there eating and bragging and having fun. Alright, before I do this though, because I got to get my grease guard right here. Okay? This is how we're going to do it. And because we're using the cam spray here, we don't even need a grease guard, but since we're using it, see how I notice I have my safety? I keep my pans should never be out because you can go like this. Always first step, keep them in. Keep them in, away from children. This is your grease guard. Since this is a cast iron pan, it gets very hot. So, I'm going to get my special glove here so I don't burn myself. We're going to start here now. And you're just going to put a spoon there. That's all. And the kids love these. They can make them, but not with the hot grease, with the pan. Of course. High in fiber. And that's all. And if you check that out, it's frying. It's at a slow rate, but it's hot. Keep your pan very hot. Always have your pan preheated. Now we're going to go with the Pam spray over here. These are fun. Actually, they're not too high in carbohydrates, low in sugar, low in sodium. Actually, I'm going to turn this side up a little bit. Put this over here. And you're probably thinking, well, what about the chicken? Well, don't worry, we're going to fit the chicken. Okay? Right now we're just going to get this going. We don't want to mix the chicken with the corn fritters right now because that's just a no-no. So when they're preheated and semi-cooked, we will switch them. In the meantime, I'm going to show you these few exercises that you can do because right now you're saying, what's going on? Okay? I just heat the pan a little more. I'm putting it back down halfway now, however, because you don't want it to burn.